Good afternoon, this is Leona Gibbs. We're working on a hexagon blanket at the moment. So we're going to go through some of the rounds together. I've got the diagram in the background here and I'm working with some of the written instructions as well. So the first one we're doing is this foundation chain in the middle here. A red wool here, make a slip stitch, so you go around your fingers, pull it through at the back. And then slide it up. Okay, so we do our foundation chain before the first round. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. Then to close it round in a ring, we'll go back into this first chain here and then slip stitch through. Alright, when you get to here, start of the first round, we make 1 chain just to make it high enough for the first double. Go into the middle and we're going to make 6 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then 1 more in here makes 6. Now crochet it over the tail, so then you can just pull it up a little bit and that just makes it a bit easier to get the slip stitch into this first one. Oh, let me try that again. Okay, so slip stitch through here. Now one thing I have noticed with this is you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 1 too many. We can just go over that one and start our first one in the next spot. Okay, so that's round 1. Now we go into the second round. We're going to do 5 chain to start off with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Now this is your first double treble and a 1 chain space. This is where we're going to do the first of our V-stitch. So we'll go 2, load up 2 loops. Now I reckon skip this one here. No, do it into this one here. Fix it up at the end. Into here. 1, 2. This isn't working very well, sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's the first of our V-stitch. Now in between each, 2 chain, 1, 2, and then let's do the next V-stitch. So load up 2 for a double treble. 1, 2, 3. 1 chain. And then in the same space, 1, 2, 3. 2 V-stitches, 2 chains, load up 2. So we've got 3 of those, 2 chain. Here's the next one, load up 2. One chain in between, load up 2 into the same space. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So because we're going to go 6, we'll have 12 spokes all together because it looks sort of like a wheel. All right, 2 chain in between. Now we're doing the 5th group into here. Chain in between. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll usually count and recount as I'm going just to make sure that I don't make too many mistakes and have to frog it all back. Okay, so when we get to here, we've sort of got 2 double crochet stitches left. I think that's because of the slip stitch that we did at the start. So we're just going to sort of cover that up. Do this first double treble into one of those, and then where you'd usually go into the same stitch, we'll just disguise that extra one by going into the next stitch, and then it will look even all the way around. You won't even notice. 1, 2, 3. All right, to finish off this 3rd round, 2 chain. 1, 2, and then out of the 5 chain that we did, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to go into the 4th one here and close our round with a slip stitch. Okay, this is always where I start count and count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back to where we started. So that's the end of the 2nd round. The last one in this colour, if you're going to change colours, is to do our 3rd round. So we start off with 1 chain. That just puts us up a little bit higher to get that first one. Now what we're going to do is, there's sort of 2 groups of 3 with this round, which is the best way to count it. Now it says you should go into the same one as your slip stitch. So I'm going to go into here and make a double. Then we want 1 double that goes in between our spoke, where it was the 1 chain space. Then you'll have 1 where it goes into the double at the top of this 2nd spoke. So you'll have 3 doubles that go across that V-stitch. Then when you get up to here, this next bit is the one that's in brackets in the written instructions. So we're up to here, 2, a chain, a double, a chain and a double on our diagram in our 2 chain space. So double, chain, double. Sorry, I keep trying to keep it in shot. I'm not very good at this. Okay, then we're up to our V stitch with the 1 chain space. So the one you're looking for, it sort of doesn't look like your standard double. It's got like this 1 leg here and the 2 across the top here. So you'll go in that one there at the top of the spoke, then into this gap in between, and then the last one will go in here sort of like 1 and then 2 across the top, and that's the one you'll go into there. So the 3 across there. Now we're into our 2 chain space, double, chain, double. And you can already see, or you should already be able to see, where we've put that 1 chain in between the 2 doubles. It's now sort of straightening off our sides. So as I go across this spoke, 1 at the top, 1 in the middle, 1 at the top, 2 chain space, double, chain, double. Now I got 1, 2, 3 sides. Okay, so we've done across the spokes. Now we're at the 2 chain space, double, chain, double, and again we've sort of turned a corner. And you've got some straight sides here. Okay, so you're looking for this gap here. That's 1 spot there. Double, double in the middle, and the double on this side goes into that strange gap there. So it doesn't really look like a stitch that you'd normally go into. Alright, now we're at the 2 chain space, double, chain, double. Okay, how many sides have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides now. So all we need to do is this last side across here. Okay, so we go top of the spoke into this strange space here, 1 in the middle, here's where this one goes, in here, and then we're at the 2 chain space. We go 1, chain, 1. Okay, so we should have, well, the last thing to do to close this off, into this one here and slip stitch it to close it off. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. Go back and count, make sure you've done it right. So I can see on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And it says here to take 1 colour off and put the next colour on. So I'm going to do that for this example, and then you can see what happens. So I'll pause this here and make a second video that shows the 4th round with the double treble cluster. Close it off and cut it off to put a new colour.